Hello everybody, Ian Robson here, and welcome to another edition of Westbridge Hills. Alright, we got a couple things going on today. So I have installed the Night Growth mod, I'm going to call it. I think that's what they refer to it as on Mod Hoster. And it's just the Night Growth mod. So what should happen here is we have this field that's half ready here, or partially ready here. And then we have another field over yonder. Which one is it for? This field here that's almost ready as well. So what we're going to do is going to show you how this mod is supposed to work. So this is, like I said, the night control mod. So the plants are only supposed to grow at night. Let's check it out. So it's from 12 to from 12 until 4. The problem I just realized now is that because I'm using the BGA extension, what I will do is, where's my, is it 7? No, I'm looking for the other one. What I'll do is I'll turn this feeding rate way down, so. Oh, that's annoying. So I'll turn it down, and then what will happen is it shouldn't use nearly as much. So let's just stay here and keep an eye on this. Yeah, okay, good. Didn't use nearly as much. Let's go to the next day. So let's go back to our case here. So as you can see, it only started growing once we hit midnight. So it should only grow between midnight and 4 a.m. basically. So that means that any other fields should be ready as well. Cool. There you go. That's how that works. And so I think what it works is like it only increases by a stage. I think. I think that's how it's supposed to work. So it only gets increased by one stage as opposed to 2 stages, or however many it is. So I don't know if it changes things like how much it grows. But from what I understand, there's accelerated growth during the hours of midnight and 4 a.m. That's how that works. Alright, let's get this guy started. I don't know if there's any other fields that are actually ready or not. There we go. Let's unfold this guy. Let's just hop over to here and just take a quick peek. Oh, so that's ready as well now? Is that ready over there too? Looks like that is. Wow. Okay, so apparently they all ripened. So it only takes one night. Okay. I'm pretty sure you can go and adjust it. Yeah, wow. So, overnight, apparently. But it's nice because it all grows at the same speed, I suppose. But that means that we have everything ready all at once right now. Which is not really what I was looking to do, but oh well, I'll take it. Alright, so let's get this guy. And what we'll do is we'll grab the overloader, which is over here somewhere, I think. Yes, there it is. Grab the overloader and see how this works out. It's funny. I have the graphics on high still and turn the mirrors off just to see if it would make any difference. I'm kind of just testing different things to see what will be the most efficient recording setup, I guess. When I'm playing without recording, it's fine, but when I start to record, and I think at this particular time when there's lots of, as you get more vehicles, that's what I've discovered. Well, my performance at least seems to go a little bit lower. And it's starting to annoy me, so just taking an approach that's kind of like testing out what could possibly be what sort of thing. So good, let's get that guy doing that. This guy can come over here. I don't know where the combine's going to turn around, so I'll just leave him here for the time being. Let's grab the truck because we're going to need to move this guy into position as well. Yeah, so I turned off the mirrors to see if it would do anything. Doesn't seem to have changed anything at all, so I'll probably just turn them back on. I'm just curious as to what is the specific reason. So like sometimes it's like, you know, perfectly smooth, and other times it'll just be a little, the word I want to use is chunky, essentially. And I have no idea what the reason is for it, so what we'll do, I don't know why I drove up here, but what we'll do is we'll put this truck up top there, and then we'll place it in a strategic location, probably in the middle of the field up here. So when we have to go back and forth, it won't be so bad. Hopefully, at least. The trees are going to get in our way, I'm sure, but this is about getting close to half. So what we can do is we can just pull it off to the side of the road here so that it's not in the way. Perfect. Nice. Yeah, so apparently we have, I guess, from what it looked like, all the fields were all ready all at the same time. Yeah. Ready to harvest. Yeah, this one is. They all grew at the same rate. Wow. Okay, so that's what the night control mod. And as far as I know, you can adjust it even further to make it, I'm sure, take 2 nights, I suppose. I believe you have to go into the Lua file to do that. I didn't want to do that, so I was just curious as to how it would work, so I thought I'd test it out. And there you go. Basically, if it's set up just regularly, all of your plants only mature at night, which is nice because what happens is you won't get. So if you look at that one field we have, where is it? This guy. So see how part of this field's matured, and like more mature than this part right here. So that's why it's nice to have this night control mod. It allows you to deal with that. We don't have any rain coming. Good. Allows you to deal with that relatively easily. No, I don't need my chainsaw. Alright. Let's make sure he's unloaded. I don't know if he's going to need to be, actually, at this rate, but I don't want to have to unload him when he is when he's going the other direction, basically. And I gotta need my information up because I have no idea what my speed control is set at. It's not at 10 kilometers an hour, that's for sure. There we go. That makes your life so much easier when you set that. It's not even funny. If I had like a steering wheel, it probably wouldn't be as bad, because I don't. Maintaining a speed consists of, you know, hitting the W key to try and, you know, put the throttle down a little bit, and then put the throttle down a little bit again. Is he gonna miss any? No, looks like he's good. Perfect. So the nice thing about this field, of course, nice thing about this field is, or this combine, is it's pretty large and it's straight, so it shouldn't have a trouble finishing this field off really quickly. Also, if you look at our finances, that's how much we bought the other day. Look, this is how much we got from harvest. So that is probably partially due to the fact that from BGA, and it might partially be the fact, or partially from the cows as well, which is pretty cool. If you ask me, at least. So this is the first time we've actually harvested this field, I think, on camera, or I have at least, because I did it once before when it was corn. And that was off camera because I was doing, I don't know what, like that was the day I decided to randomly harvest some silage off camera. I was watching some YouTube and Netflix. It was really funny. I was just like I kind of just feel like playing, and I kind of just wanted to have a go at this, so I guess that was the reason why. Alright, so let's grab this guy while we're waiting for that. And it's coming up to 8 o'clock again, so we're just going to fill this guy up. We'll leave it at 50% for the time being. How much manure do we have? We only got a couple loads. And it looks like if you keep the bunker full, you can walk away for one time, but I had the feeding rate set at 150%, and at that time you definitely cannot walk away from it during that 1 hour period in game. Because if you do, you'll run into problems for sure. Like right now it's not too bad because I dropped it down by 100% compared to what it was before. So a lot easier to deal with in that scenario. Alright, let's grab some more manure here. It's funny, I had never had a use for manure before, and then when this BGA mod came out, it's like, oh, I actually have a use for that stuff now. Because often what would happen is it would just sit there and it would go up to 100%, and then it would never get used for anything. Because I often found that you would never have enough of it to do all your fields, and it would always be not as efficient. And you really have to have a lot of it to do your fields. Well, I discovered. And it really depends on your farm too. Like if you have like a lot of cows, like we have 100 cows now, and we're producing, how much are we producing? About 20,000 liters it looks like in a day, which isn't too bad if you think about it. It allows me to keep this BGA topped up every now and then. But I did drop the feeding rate, which basically uses less. So, oh my goodness, that's difficult to do in that camera angle. So much shaking. Wow, that really is a lot. It doesn't seem like much from this view, I guess. But when you're in the other view, it's just like, ugh. It's making my eyes go cross-eyed. Oh, looks like our combine's back the other way. Let's go. So it's, I don't know, I'm not sure how full he's going to be from one pass, but I don't think he'll be fully full, I guess is what I wanted to say. He's definitely not 80% yet. But we want to try and avoid driving on the crop, so you can do that, of course, by unloading him on this way back. I wonder how full he actually is. He's pretty close, actually. What was it, 4? 70%. Alright, let's do this because I'm terrible at driving in a straight line. There we go. Perfect. And the cool thing is, what you can do is, if you don't want to think about it even more, you can set it to this mode, which will basically make it stop at the end of the field. That's what I end up doing if I'm unloading a combine, and you can actually walk away from it at this point and come back to it in a second, because it's not going to go drive all over the place, which is kind of nice when you think about it. Gives it a, I don't know what you call it, like a certain level of automation, I guess. Automation? Goodness. It's funny, there's a French word, which is autonome, and it basically means you can do things for yourself, like you're autonomous. That's what it would be in English, essentially. But sometimes, when you hear somebody say that word, and then you try to say the English version of it, for whatever reason, for me at least, I often end up saying it more French than English, which always throws me off. Makes me laugh, though, too. I'm surprised there hasn't been a mod that increases the capacity of these combines again, because there was for the titanium pack, but not for this one. Also, I picked up a couple other mods randomly. It's in placeables. I picked up this mixing station, and I also picked up this right here, which is a shed. I thought I picked up some other sheds too, but I guess, oh, they're in here in miscellaneous. As you can see, I'm surprised there aren't one of the ones I was looking for I couldn't find, which is unfortunate, but it's in there. And I think that was I picked up this guy too, the Gecko utility vehicle. Caravera 76 did a mod showcase on that the other day, and I had seen it before, I just didn't pick it up, so I figured I'll give it a go now. And I also got this Lambo, which has 250 horsepower, which isn't very much, actually. And there's no sales. Anyways, so yeah, I picked up a few random mods. Looked alright. We'll see how they actually perform. One of the sheds I was looking for was from Farming Simulator 2013, sorry. And it was a big pole, I think it's called a pole barn shed. And that was used, I used to use it for straw and hay all the time, and it was really nice. But I haven't found anything like that yet, so partially that's one of the reasons why my hay and straw is just sitting out there at the moment. Because I don't really have a building to put it into. And I don't think those placeable buildings that I showed you are really going to work for it, because I don't think they're tall enough. It's not so much that I couldn't put straw and hay in there, I just don't want to have to manually do it. Although you could easily. You could easily. Alright, let's take a look at some of the comments from the previous episode here. What do we got? I don't know why. Could you imagine actually harvesting canola this early in the morning? Somehow I don't think that would happen. Just saying. I'm not a canola expert by a long shot, but I'm pretty sure you'd end up in a situation where there'd be way too much moisture in the canola. Just because it'd be early morning. Alright. See? Look at that. Magically stops at the end of the path, which is always nice. Alright, let's head back to this guy and grab some more manure. That's one of the nice things about that, the GPS mod. You can kind of just follow along with the tractor. And right now, because we're really close to this area, we can see the combine going back and forth, so it makes our lives a bit easier. So Stu says he did a lot of silage on his map, and he didn't have any problems with the price tanking, which is good to know. I was curious as to how much the price would drop, because usually if you sell a lot of silage, it does drop, like any other crop. There we go. So, for example, if I were to sell a lot of canola, if I were to sell a lot of anything really, you'd probably run into a scenario where you'd have to have, well, you'd probably have to sell it all within the hour as per usual, and the price would tank. But I don't know. I haven't done that. I haven't done very much of that, I should say. It does drop, but I don't know by how much. So it's always a situation where you have to, like, you know, take into consideration the fact that if you sell too much all at once, you will drop the price. But the question is by how much, and is it worth it still? So, for example, if I look right now, silage is worth $795 for me at this particular time. I'm playing on hard. I don't know if that does factor into it a little bit. I don't know if that decreases the price more. It might do. It might play into it. I don't know if you play on easy or normal. I'm not sure. It might actually, the price might fluctuate more in those scenarios. I don't know. That's an interesting thought. It might do. Alright, let's go grab another load here. I think we got maybe one load left. Where's the combine? He's not quite down here yet, so we got time for one more. Jacob says, when you get a bigger combine, you can hook the baler up and bale right behind it. I don't think that's intended. Mainly because there's no PTO shaft on the back of a combine. There are some combines where you can do that, mind you, like, don't get me wrong, but I don't think the ones in this game have that, are intended to have that capability. I think that might be a bug. It might actually be on the bug list if I were to look. Yeah, I think it's the same thing for the telehandle. So the telehandle can actually connect to, what is it? It can connect to the TMR mixer, which I don't think is intended either. There we go. That'll probably be the last of it. Yeah, so the telehandle, you can actually connect to the TMR mixer, which I don't think is intended, which kind of makes you laugh a little bit. You're like, oh, well, just connect it to that, and you can set it off and do its own thing. I don't know. I'm not sure the reason why they allowed that to happen, but they're working on it. It's not a beta. I almost said it's in beta still. It's not in beta at all. But they realize these mistakes and they're fixing them, so that's cool. It'd be difficult to catch everything right off the bat anyway, so I gave them props. They released a very solid game, and I'm very pleased about that. Everyone was really concerned that the game was going to be not that amazing, but it turned out to be pretty darn good. So now, how much do I have in there? 9%. So this is the funny thing about this BGA. So basically, I'm used to, like, being able to fast forward time without a problem, and now I can't really do that because I always have to take care of the BGA at 8 o'clock. So it's not really a bad thing per se. Just something I need to keep in mind because often I don't keep it in mind. Combine's not quite at 80%. Oh, there he is. Never mind. So let's hop over to this guy here and go and load the Combine, because if we don't, he's going to sit there. And, as in real life, you want to make sure your Combine's running all the time, or as much as possible, or else you'll basically be wasting money. Because a Combine sitting in the field is not a very effective Combine. And burning fuel in a Combine without it moving is never fun. I don't know how much it costs to fill a Combine these days. If you guys know, let me know in the comments. But I can only imagine it's not cheap. Are we going to make it in time? Maybe just. Is that going to be close enough? Nope. Ah. Really? Just missed it. There we go. Let's get that Combine rolling again. I want him to stay still. There we go. So funny, with the inching mod it's called, which is also from Upside Down, you can hit Alt and it drops it down to half of your current cruise control speed, which is kind of funny. It does help actually for situations like that where you just want to slow down. You don't want to change your cruise control speed, but you want to slow down a little bit. So it's a nice little feature that he added to that. Ross says I should get the T6 front loader. We have that already, Ross. It's funny, these comments, I don't know when these are from. They're from a while ago, I think. That's why people are saying to get the T6. The one, I actually have the T6 at this particular time, of course. So it's always kind of funny when someone leaves a comment to do something that you've already done. But in this situation, I'm just going to try and catch that Combine at the end there. Because I want to make him so he can go back without having to be unloaded middle of the field again. Alright, let's grab right here. So there's another scenario where using that inching mod is kind of cool. Let's just slow down a little bit for a second and then boom, let's let it go. Because all you need to do is press the Alt key and it halves your cruise control speed, which I think is really cool. Such a little thing that adds such a nice little benefit, I guess. And then of course, because it's a hard worker, he'll just continue unloading until he's fully unloaded. And then he'll continue on his way. If it were courseplay, he would not stop at all. I think he stops, I can't remember, I think he stops at the end of the pass if you're unloading him, but he won't just stay there. If memory serves, at least. It's different. I don't know. I like courseplay still. I'm getting used to doing these things again, though, which is kind of funny. It does. You can't really do much else, though. This is the problem. Like, there's only so much I can do by myself sometimes, so I guess that's where the multiplayer aspect comes into play, of course. Having multiplayer makes that, takes that, you know, takes it away, I guess, the fact that you have to do everything yourself. Because you can have one person driving the Combine, one person unloading, you can have one person, oops, that's what I was looking for, one person doing this, so it all depends. Alright, let's get lined up here, and load, sweet. Almost at 100,000, 50,000. And then what we can do is we can always just turn the feeding rate up again. I don't think it costs anything to up or increase or decrease the feeding rate, so I don't think. It might do. I'd have to talk to Farmer Beavis, to be honest with you. I don't think it makes a difference. He's our local BGA specialist. So when I have questions about the BGA extension, I ask him, because he knows what he's talking about and I don't. Well, I do to a certain extent, but not nearly as much as he does. He's definitely used it a lot more. And the cool thing about the BGA, like I'm only using manure. You can stick sugar beets in there, you can stick wheat canola, all sorts of things. He actually did a mod showcase on something just the other day. That was a front loader. Actually, let me just show you something that I realized. I didn't realize this is actually a high tip. Look at that. That's the standard in-game. Let me just show you. That's the standard in-game. Where is that bucket? No, it's not that one. Where is it here? Yeah, there's a lizard universal bucket. Doesn't say that it's anything special, just says it is a bucket, but it's a high tip. I didn't realize that. It doesn't look like one. Well, maybe it does, I don't know. But it's a high tip, so there you go. And the way I'm doing that, for those people who are wondering, I'm pressing the right mouse button and moving left and right. There you go. It's actually a high tip. How cool is that, eh? Alright, let's hop over to this guy. Where's that combine? Oh, almost down. Alright, folks, I think what I'll do is I'll end the episode there for now. I think we'll come back next episode and continue on with the harvest. So for now, my name's Iain Robson. This has been Farming Simulator 2015, coming at you from West Bridge Hills. Catch you guys later.